Hello, this is FG back with you for Anbennar. Today we are continuing with the Wyvernheart campaign. And we are just, for the moment, going to sit back, relax, and expand our army while trying to just absorb all of the land that we've taken. We want to start pouring Athfork up, because we need that for one of our missions. Alright. So we want to spy network. Let's spy network. Sedvik. This guy's a good general. Nice and quick as well. That guy in charge. Vertwick. Alright. And then we can have our mercenaries deal with our newly acquired land. While we simply wait here. And we can take... yeah, we'll take a military idea. I don't care about diplomatic reputation too much. These guys... take that guy. Alright. And these guys can drill. And they can come sit right here. Alright. And we want to... I gotta plant on Tiltwick. We can get one on Hunter's Folly. The reason why we're fabricating claims is because claims generate a little bit less AE. Don't care about rebuilding a Castronorian Citadel. That. Take claim on Sword Covenant. And tech-wise, we are way ahead of them. And we could grab Glory Road. Yeah. No, you guys can continue drilling. We'll actually take 3 of them. And just to be clear, this is 100% a mission to protect the people of Sword Covenant from the Orcish Marauders, who are quite literally at their gates. So, core-wise, what do we want? Westgate. Horn that up. These guys can come here, here. At the fork. Beat the fort. Okay, Sons of Demeria. Allied with Pioneers Guild. Sword Coven. This generates a small amount of aggressive expansion. And we want to rival Vern because screw those guys. They were very rude to us in the past. They were very rude to our glorious former leader, Miss Kerka. In fact, I will actually go over there and I will say, screw you. You're a jerk. Alright. So I need definitely a claim on that. Not be having any rebels. Okay. This kid is only 8. And I am not in a position to fight right now. Yeah, that seems like a good alliance. Let me... Where is influence action? Very favor. Offer an alliance to... How's Laurent doing? They lost provinces to Goed. Yes. I think. No, it wasn't. They just somehow got a core on that for some reason. Stay at home. Alright. Cottage industry. Who are they allied with? No one. Tech-wise, we are still way ahead of everyone else. Iniscon, because we aren't fucking plebeians. Our region is a loyalist. Alright. I think what I want to do is reconquest. They should be right there. These guys can take general. I'm gonna go right here. They are there, right there, right there, right there. And we're gonna go right here. Alright, and what we want from this war is basically all of this. And these guys can come right here. All of that, that. And Gonna be a little bit of aggressive expansion, so I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively start saying improve with outraged countries. Yeah. Need to focus on that. Former inhabitants. Alright. Bloodgorger is the attacker in that war. Alright, so hypothetically, we could avoid a real natural coalition by doing that. Took this, that'd be... let's take their money, do that, and do that. Now we can do this. Alrighty. And just like that. Alright. I don't actually have any loans right now. 13, 12, 13, 13, 12. Can't blame them. Elves are okay. Alright. I can get maybe 3 more infantry. So now this just needs to be 15 development. I can do that, all of that as well. Roar in the Great Woods. The assembled group of soldiers could generously be called motley. Men in shining armor, fresh from the finest forges of Canor, stood alongside the tattered banners of half-forgotten houses and their poorly armed retainers. Unprepared adventurers looked up to the grizzled veterans of the Green Tide. Wexenard greatswords glinting in what little light managed to reach the forest canopy alongside the repurposed farmers' sides. It did not matter where they started. It did not matter how they got here. What mattered was their accomplishments. The troops looked around with the various levels of enthusiasm at King Consort Regent Borean, expecting another order or brief speech. What they got instead would stay in their minds for the rest of their lives. We have braved the Green Tide, we have braved the Great Woods. Fear has not broken us, for now we are what is feared. We have shown the monsters of the night who really rules, who decides who lives and who dies in these lands. It is us. We are fear. It is our land to prowl, and we shall roar louder than any beast of the night ever dared. As the troops cheered, no one could tell beast from man. Alright. And we can get that. Alright. We want to curry favors. After this war, we're going to attack these guys, and hopefully we can call Corvaria in. coalition against Wyvernheart. Well, I'll form an alliance with them instead. And we will curry favors with these guys as well. Take Dippler up. Curry favors. Hypothetically, Corvuria is 100 ducats in debt. Wyvernheart is 100 ducats in debt. Why don't they trust me? I have no clue. These guys can drill. The lands of the north. We got a couple more years. Disputed succession of Ancardia. Right, they formed, Stalbor is formed, Aryan is formed. Right. Blood Gorger. He only lost 2 provinces. Go with Teak. Yeah, we're gonna pour that. Farewell party. Alright, hypothetically, if we went to war with them, we could call on Wyvernheart, and we might be able to take on Corvuria's debt in not too long. Birth of Colonialism. Right. Dog Eater doesn't have that many men. Alright, we're an expansionist. But not really. Alright. Now, hypothetically, do that, and we can call in Blade Breaker. Tech-wise, we do have a military tech. Alright. There's still a Green Tide Horde. Green Tide Horde. That's really unfortunate. Because they get somewhat silly buffs for being a Green Tide Horde. Like, those are a little bit silly. Alright. We need to fire this guy and hire one more. There we are. Show superiority. And we will, of course, give the, looks like, what are they called? Inhabitants return home. Let's head back. Alright, we're gonna have to fall back maybe pick off some of their armies. Let's attach these guys to this army. Yeah. Bestie host leads into their business. Bombard that. That can come off. How many men are in this fort? 3,000. Yeah. And Blade Breaker. If we win this war, I basically want to take that. I can just... could win this war. Hopefully. Yeah, we're just gonna have to give them that. Centralization breeds benefits. These guys can siege that. Let's just get that in, that off. Alright, good. Now, we're gonna try and see if we can't pick off some armies. Just find... even just 1,000 men. Oh, he's a conqueror. Yeah, let's go with that. Fuck me, why did the orcs hit so hard? God damn. Alright, detach these guys, send them to siege that. Okay, economic ideas. Royal Marian Grant. Benevolent. Alright, we'll just go with this then. Love of God, please just let me siege this down. Against the cult. Right. This one needs that. Bombard the fourth and try and siege it down as quick as humanly possible. Everlasting friendship. 5/3/5 air. Oh, he's indulgent. Okay. No. These guys need to detach. Alright. This would get them out of the war and also prevent any other Iskani nations from conquering them. It would also give us access to this province of Bloodgorger. Now we want to go with the mages. Let's go with patronage of the magical arts. Right. Alright, so by doing this, should not. It should allow us to win this war relatively easily now, because that's like half of their men. And we're from, what are they called? Alright. Alright. Wyvernheart is still in. After military access. Military access. This needs defensive edict. Please don't take that. Fuck me. Shit. How do they win that siege race? I never get that kind of luck. Oh, I do, it's just very rare. They can head that way. I'll wait for military tech. And we can siege down Dog Eater. That's just a profit. Alright. Dog Eater. Get the fuck out of my sight and give me money. Deadfang, get out of my sight. Right, that should allow me to keep coring. Splitting up your army is not a good idea. Council League Separatist. I need to deal with that. There we are. And how bad is the aggressive expansion? Yep. Or not the aggressive expansion, the over expansion. Corentar. Yeah, fuck you, Corentar. Former inhabitants return home. Yep. How did I? No problem. Alrighty. Actually, let me not do that. Put that up. This army still has quite a few manpower. So we're gonna do that. Alright. This army is now out of manpower. Esker Fort is also revolting. Alright, this will be all worth it. Eventually. So basically no one should be declaring war on us. Adventurers rout goblins. Corruption. Disagreeing advisor. I need that admin. Half-orc recruitment drive. Do not care. No chest deer. Okay, I cannot deal with the Blood Gorger Separatist. Can I get relation actions? Yes, I can. I need those extra points. Right. This is basically what I expected. Alright. Yeah, just give me autonomy. A Gorger, near chest here. Eastamirian. Anbennar. Okay, I gotta deal with Anbennar first. Done with those Blood Gorger separatists. Manpower. As long as the cores get done, we will eventually be okay. Now we gotta go deal with the Blade Breaker separatists. Yep. And then we want to put some of those down. A couple of those. Corner chest here. They have no more manpower left. Words of a famous boxer, if they die, they die. Alright, these guys can go now. They have outlived their usefulness. We also want to, at some point, boost our stability. That those adventure bands. Okay, we're gonna have to take that. Okay, that is the last of them done. Alright. We also need an adventurer company in one of these provinces. And I'm gonna do that. We actually need to do that anyways. And we want to hand them reduced research regulations. Do that. And then take out a loan. Alright, the mightiest of us. Since we reached Giscon, mages of all kinds have distinguished themselves in the fight to establish ourselves beyond our adventure roots. They are obviously the strongest of our citizenry, having harnessed the transcendent power of magic in a way that neither the average person nor our beastly enemies have managed to do so. This deserves the respect of our state. Effective immediately, there will be a direct connection between service to Wyvernheart as a mage and societal respect and privileges. Alright. And then... so we'll get 150 prestige. Alrighty. This lands to the north. The Great Woods canopy extends over our heads as far as we can see, almost entirely without interruption. Though a few holes can see in its unbroken green blanket, it is possible to observe mountains to our north. This obviously leads to the conclusion that there may be mountains to our north, with potential resources from which we can profit. Let us mount an expedition to explore the northern expanse, with a view on potential settlement and colonization in the long term, and figure out where exactly the Great Wood ends and the rest of Canor begins. Alright, towards the sea. Some of us tend to forget where we come from after so long struggling in the far north of Canor. But our bloodlines originate from Vern, a land of seafarers without peers in Anbennar. If we managed to link to the coastline, we would be able to trade with friendlier nations, or more frequently, threaten weaker nations into submission. Decisive action is required, therefore, to move towards the coast and reignite the old seafaring traditions of our ancestors. And then we need a mage tower here. Also need to go ahead and seize the land, because we were getting low on it. Here's what the Dead Fang has ended. That is a-okay. Coalition-wise, who gives a damn? That's my response to the coalition. Now I have too many military leaders. Obviously, we want to get rid of him and put the war wizards back in charge. We need to develop this province. Just suppress anything that happened over here. Alright. Let me... Covert actions, build spy network in them. Spy network in them. I'm going to be getting out of coalition with some of these guys. Hunter in the woods. Put a fort here anyways. State maintenance, real favoritism. Yeah, let's go with decentralized bureaucracy for the moment. The goblins in. Peasants are revolting. Yeah, I know the peasants are revolting. They don't wash themselves. Alright. No one should attack us because of our relations and our allies. Favors. Give me 15 trust. Air falls ill. Of course. We also need to build a fort right there. That fort needs to have that expanded. Alright. There goes my commandant. Power cost, that. Deploy rep. Easy peasy. Alright. We almost have all of West Canorn. We have about half-ish of Central, or Inner Castanor. Don't care about converting. Yeah. Oh, Suhan's Praxis. One out, I guess. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Being guaranteed by Arboron. That core will be gone. Actually, a pretty long time. Dusty Host. Right. Pretty good. We're now a scholar, that's pretty good. Until this truce is up. You're allied with Warrant. Busalar. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, I think. Subcontinents. Barani half-elf. Didn't know half-elves could have majorities. Development cost, tax, missionary strength, autonomy change. Only have advancement effort on. Former inhabitants return home. This can also get an infinite advancement edict. I want that. SD bards. I cannot afford that. Alright. They need to head this way. And now deal with some more rebels. Alright. Won't be too long till that is gone. Send upon the Allen. Need to find a job for him. Oh, that was the wrong guy. No, that was a costly mistake. Right. Halfling Food Festival. Sure, we'll take it. We have a couple halflings in our realm. In fact, we have all of the halflings in our realm that came to Ascon. $30 for that. I'll take this one. Mightiest of us. Alright. And we can take the Tower on High. These lands to our north, they are different from the Great Woods in which we have been immured for some time. For one thing, they are both rich and ripe for conquest. Additionally, they have a strategic utility. In particular, the mountains of Gullet Peak seem like a perfect point from which to launch raids. At the same time these considerations are coming to mind, we have received a request from the mages. They need a place to engage in research, and if they are able to help us with matters such as this, it should probably set about getting a mage tower built. We are beset on every side by fate's caprice. Our fledgling kingdom has settled here. Cursed to proximity of the Great Woods and all horrors that stalk its shadows. Settlers go missing, trade caravans disappear. Today is another day for King Aldelmo to hear a string of petitioners lamenting missing livestock if they are lucky. If they were not, stories could scarcely be believed. A kingdom could not achieve greatness when it could not even protect its own people. Soldiers needed to secure the borders, could not be sent off on wild hunts into the woods for long. Adventurers demand gold up front and half the time disappear into the dark, never to return. Half the time at best. The king buried their face in their hands and lamented for all the court to hear. Who else sits on a throne, yet must contend with monsters such as we? Will someone not rid us of these horrors? Stepping forward from the back rows of the court, a small gaggle of nervous court mages presented themselves. One was shoved forward to address the king. My liege, it is true that our lands are beset by monsters. Castan Beastbane's righteous fury did not scour into oblivion. Would it not be best if the realm had monsters of its own? Fire is often fought with fire, after all. Would the same principles not apply? Another mage, emboldened by the first, spoke out. We merely need a small amount of gold and a great amount of freedom to pursue our research. Surely the cost cannot be too great to protect Wyvernheart. Alright. We want the Stellar. And alright. And we can use land to start. Let's take that. Alrighty. How much to embrace this? Right. them. Provinces. Maybe either. Shores of the island from Balmar have either less than 10 autonomy decreased, or 3 regiments present. Yep, that would explain it. Alright, we're gonna have to get through some of this corruption. The only reason there's even a coalition is because orcs, Scanian orcs have stupid buffs. Off. That. Failed administration. Cottage industry. We'll keep the merchant guilds happy. Alright, just like that. That. Yeah. And then that. Descend upon the Allen. Even in our hearts we are adventurers, but many of us are also farmers, laborers, and craftspeople. It is little wonder then that so many look at the stony soils of the Great Woods and dream of better things, of better land. Forged by the Great Woods into an unbreakable army, we shall secure some of the Allen for ourselves. The river also provides an easy way to control trade, move troops, and send messages throughout our land, which is a great boom as well. Our farmers will rejoice at not having to work themselves over to the bone over a tiny bit of grain. Our troops will enjoy sailing over marching. Our administrators will govern the territory with far more ease. We need only reach out and take it. So we get claims on a whole bunch of stuff. Might makes right. We have defeated our enemies, and what a glorious day it is. By force of arms and power of magic, we have driven our enemies before us, hearing the lamentations of their people. Through our inherent strength and superiority, we are the prime reason for our victory. Their weakness played an indispensable role in their defeat. They are beneath us. Let us show them the true meaning of strength. For this is elevated and correct. Might makes right, and these fools are going to learn that now. Alright. And we will turn down Readout Corruption to a more reasonable level. Also converting a bunch of this stuff, which is nice. That's being converted, that's being converted, that's being converted. Conversion, it's not. Alright, and we can now take burger loans, embrace it, and we're going to use this money to root out corruption. Once Ascan made plenty of its own weapons. Many a famed smith came out of the Blade Marches, Adenica, or one of the other feudal straits in the region. Yet now we must cart weapons overland from as far away as Lensinor just to make sure we can continue to survive the night. It is expensive and practical and causes far too many logistical challenges when a shipment is later lost. Let us light the forges once more, bringing together native Ascani techniques, Vernman preferences, and the eccentric developments made by individual adventurers mastering their own fighting styles. We may never be famous for making any one thing of high quality, but if you want to attach a club to a chain, then stick a gun on it. You know Wyvernheart Smith won't even blink. Alright, so... Valmeyer, Fort... we can build... 12, 13, 15... 13, 12. Alright, take tech. This can come off. This can come off as well. Alright, who wants knowledge sharing? Who would pay money for it? Alright, Raven March would want it. Never mind. Raven March. Alright. You get them out, and also get them out. Okay, Corvaria wants it. Now afford 57,000. Good. Have enough land. Quite a while. Forceful assimilation. Math fork is of course being converted. You want military tech and diplotech. You also want to improve relations as well. Half need to come deal with them. The other half can head this way. Alright. Tech-wise, we are doing pretty good. Hammerhome should get out of this coalition in not too long. With Aryan, Stalbor doesn't really have any strong opinions on us, actually. Alright. Air is now tactical genius. Of course he is. To make sure all of this more culture conversions. Diplomat, Aryan, buddy. Their chest here is out of the coalition. Hammerhome is left. Their chest here is out. Tech 10. can now get gun knights as well as Colverans. Do not recover enough men per month. Just unfortunate. Alright. Grand breakthrough. King Aldelmo had hardly entered the council chamber, much less sat down, before the local nobles were clamoring over each other in a self-righteous fury. Countless entreaties from those assembled here today had brought the king away from the throne. We have been hearing the strangest things at night. It is unnatural. They must be stopped. The king raised their hand for silence. A moment before they could get a straight answer about what the nobles were upset about today, the council door swung open. Anger at the interruption gave way to curiosity at the scruffy mage's shocked demeanor. The room of nobles turned to unleash their indignation at one of the mages responsible for the rumors they had come to petition the king to investigate. When they were cut off, "It's alive!" shouted the mage, throwing up her hands in exultant triumph. Pulling on the king's sleeve like an excited child, the woman led Adelmo from the council chambers to the battle of Gold Peak's imposing mage tower, nobles trailing behind indignantly. There, below the city streets, an abattoir's bouquet of rancid meat and festering wounds greeted the royal party. A cloth-covered table sat in the middle of the laboratory. The thing that was revealed by the excited mage elicited a wave of shock and fainting spells from the assembled nobles. Humanoid in shape only, the thing bulged with muscles in all the wrong places. Knuckle dragged along the floor as bloodshot eyes tried to escape a tortured face. One could almost see steam emanating from the green-tinged skin. All were aghast, except for King Adelmo. They had one question on their mind. What exactly is this thing capable of? Alright, and that is where I am going to end this episode. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day.